August 16, 2024, Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher Corbin Burnes, 39, throws a first-inning pitch against the Boston Red Sox at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Tommy Gilligan-USA Today Sports. The Chicago Cubs have found a way to stay afloat over the past few weeks, sweeping the Washington Nationals in a massive series over the weekend. The Cubs are now 71-66 on the season and just 3.5 games back in the National League wildcard. 9-1 over their last 10 games, Chicago has finally started to put it together. It'll take a lot more to make the postseason, but they have a favorable schedule over the next month. They'll take on the Pittsburgh Pirates in a 3-game set starting on Monday, giving them another opportunity to win a series and inch closer to that third wildcard spot. It's unfortunate the Cubs didn't play this way all season. They'd have a comfortable playoff lead if they played half as well as they have in their last 10 games over the past few months. However, even if they make the postseason, major changes are expected in the off-season. This team has talent, but it's lacking compared to many of the other contending teams in the National League. They'll have an opportunity to address some of those needs in free agency and on the trade market, but there will be a right-handed pitcher who'd perfectly fit their needs. That's Corbin Burnes, who played with Craig Counsell for much of his career. Burnes, who's been linked to Chicago, was named the number 2 player and number 1 pitcher on the market this offseason by R.J. Anderson of CBS Sports. Burnes has scuffled as of late, turning in poor starts against several potential playoff foes. We're not too worried about that. The more interesting, potentially ominous development we have our eyes on concerns the declining effectiveness of his cutter. Opponents have both their best average, .263, and highest contact rate, over 83%, versus it since he made it his primary pitch in 2021. That explains why Burnes' strikeout rate has slipped for a 4th consecutive season, making him more dependent on managing contact. Burnes is still an above-average starter with a great track record, don't get us wrong, but the above trend is something that teams will have to assess, Anderson wrote. Burnes would give the Cubs' rotation a different look, considering he's a right-hander, which is exactly what they need. They have other holes they should look to fill, considering their starting pitching hasn't been that bad, but anytime an ace is available, and they have ties to the manager, it's always a good idea to get involved. He's posted a 3.23 ERA and has struck out 150 hitters in 164 1/3 innings pitched. The former Cy Young Award winner has a real chance to be considered for the award again. When the time comes, look for Chicago to be a strong suitor.